Kate Gallego becomes only the third woman to lead the city of Phoenix, but this was a huge win. In fact, within 20 minutes of the first results coming in, Gallego's campaign declared victory. With nearly 124,000 ballots counted, Gallego had already captured a 59% of those votes. Following that, her opponent, Daniel Valenzuela, conceded. Joining us this morning to talk about her vision for the city of Phoenix is Mayor-elect Kate Gallego. First and foremost, congratulations. What's going through your mind right now?
Well, it's such an honor to be able to serve. I want to thank the voters of the city of Phoenix for supporting our campaign. We tried to run a positive campaign talking about where we think Phoenix can go, and I really appreciate the voters' support. I'm going to work hard for everyone, those who voted for me and those who didn't.
You talked about it last night, about the difficulty of the campaign itself, and said, in fact, that you heard a lot of people lost business, lost clients, and lost friendships by supporting you. What were you referencing?
Well, we really started out as an underdog. When we began this campaign, I was looking at our launch. The only elected official who had endorsed me at that point, I share a last name with, so maybe not a huge surprise. We were not supposed to be able to be here. So many of the folks who own sports teams or the most powerful unions at the city were not with us and pushed hard for us to get out of this race. I'm so glad we stayed in.
I know there was a lot made about some of those sports deals. How do you move forward in knowing that you were against some of those deals that were struck, especially for the Suns Arena? How do you move forward knowing that's already in place, but you were against it?
Well, we've already been in touch with folks from the Suns organization, so we're going to sit down. I didn't support the $150 million in taxpayer funding for the Suns Arena. The council decided that that was the right decision. It is going to go forward, and I will work with stakeholders to make sure we make the best of it that we can.
Have you spoken with Daniel Valenzuela?
He did reach out and leave a wonderful voicemail. We've not been able to connect yet.
I know you guys were friendly in the past, in fact, worked together for many years. Do you see that men coming together in the future?
I do. We worked well together for many years. We both care passionately about this city, and we both want to move it forward.
All right, let me ask you some questions about the city moving forward. And we took some viewer questions. In fact, Dorinda Klein, she wants to know what your plans are about affordable senior apartments in the North Valley, saying that the seniors need a lot of help.
Seniors need help in every portion of our city. I worked with AARP when I was on the city council to make this a livable city and a great city for older adults. And the last thing I did in the partnership with AARP was try to prioritize funding for apartments and homes for older adults. So we need to do more, and it's certainly not just older adults. I'm passionate about doing better for our families who are experiencing homelessness, our young people. We have a huge challenge, and that's one of the things I hope to tackle very soon. What
about the housing crisis overall? Because there's a lack of affordable housing, especially as we continue to see these high rises built and these big-time condominiums coming in.
That will be a huge priority for me. Part of what we need to do is just make sure Phoenix is an easy city for people who want to do business. So I voted against a property tax increase and worked to cut red tape. We're going to continue to need to do that. I hope to incentivize affordable housing. The city actually owns a fair amount of vacant land, and I'd love to work with nonprofits to develop that land into housing near our downtown and in other portions of our city for people at all income levels.
Let me ask you the next question. Alfred Bolsey says, what are your plans to help improve public transportation?
I want to continue the work I've been doing on public transportation. I chaired our Transportation 2050 campaign, which the voters approved in 2015. Expanding bus service to our entire city, bringing Dial-A-Ride to all of Phoenix so that you can age in place, or if you can't make it to a bus station, you have service. I support expanding the light rail. The voters are likely to be able to weigh in on that this August, so that will be one of our first orders of business.
Another big issue has to do with the concerns about the unfunded pension, now at $4.5 billion. How do we solve that problem?
We absolutely need to sit down. I have an MBA background in business, and I really want to make sure that we're not leaving that debt for my children and the next generation. So we need to have benefits we know we can afford. We have to look both at how we're investing. The public safety pension is one of the worst performing investment funds across the country, but also making sure that we're not having spiking or excessive overtime and really look at a responsible decision. If employees don't want to be in the pension system and they prefer to just have a 401k style benefit because they're going to be moving often, we need to make sure our city employees have that option.
All right, we're going to see your vision very soon because you have to hit the ground running because in 9 days or so, you will then be sworn in?
Mayors traditionally get 2 months for transition. We get less than 2 weeks, so no time to waste.
What happens between now and then?
We have to build a staff, put together a vision for the inaugural speech, and get ready to run council meetings very soon.
We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations once again, and we thank you for taking the time this morning.
Thank you. It's good to be back.